All right. Hey, good morning, everyone, and welcome to your weekly focus. Hey, I see we have Michael Har live. I think this is going to be an international broadcast today, right, Michael? If I remember correctly, you're down in Belize or Brazil. And anyway, I always love that when we have an international audience to start. And I think Denise is plugging in with us live again this morning. Denise and I just had a fabulous Thanksgiving. How about you guys? How was your Thanksgiving? We had a really great time. Yep. So there's Michael. I'll pull his comment up from Brazil. So awesome. Hey, by the way, before we get too far into this and get into the Thanksgiving and coming up on Christmas, just wanted to say that we're super excited about our weekly series. We've been doing this on, I don't know, this is episode 65, by the way. And it's an interactive broadcast and experience, and we get a chance to interact. So feel free to be really active in the chat. That gets me going. Always love interacting and providing value and really having a discussion. And we are broadcasting live in Facebook on my private Facebook page, also over in YouTube, in my YouTube channel, where all 65 episodes, along with some other great interviews that I've done, are all over there on my YouTube channel. And to go to the YouTube channel, just go to youtube.com/the @ Russ McCann, and you'll find it. Or just search for Russ McCann or Russell McCann, and you'll find us over there on YouTube. So anyway, always excited about that. And hopefully you guys had an amazing Thanksgiving. You know what? So I love the title for today, right? So today is Friday, right? The day after Thanksgiving. So what name has this commercial world and society given today? Black Friday. And I don't know how they ever came up with Black Friday, but Black Friday is the day when everything goes on sale, right? Everything from, the tools at Ace Hardware to stuff on Costco, to coaching, to health and nutrition plans. Everything goes on sale today, and we're going to talk a little bit about kind of that mindset that goes into this commercial world of kind of enticing us and getting us to spend our money. And I'd love for you to just kind of keep your money in your pocket if you can, and be very diligent about this time of the year. It's really easy for people to go into debt, right? We feel really obligated to get this gift and this person and that person. And, we just drive ourselves into financial ruin. And so needless to say, it's really kind of an interesting thought process. So we're going to talk a little bit about managing stress and managing these decisions and emotions and things that happen over the holiday. Michael's telling me that even in Brazil, that doesn't celebrate Thanksgiving, there's probably Black Friday. So awesome. Well, great. We've got Ria with us as well. Thank you for being here. Always love it when I hear from everybody that's just kind of talking about getting together with holiday, lots of family. I know Denise and I went over to San Ramon, California, and visited her sister and brother-in-law. A bunch of us, I think it was about 15 or 16 of us. We just had an amazing time together. And, we've been talking a lot over the last few weeks as we've started this 7-week series, and we're going to end this, I think, on the 29th of December. But this 7-week series is all about kind of your holiday game plan and helping you navigate, positivity, a life with meaning and purpose, and help you make progress over what can be a really hectic time of the year. And we've been talking over the last couple of weeks about how to make better use of time. And we'll talk about that a little bit today as well, because there's only so much time that you have, and we spend so much time getting ready for everybody and everything. And, we just get caught up in the hustle and bustle, and we really forget to take time for ourselves. So we're going to talk a little bit about that as well. So our topic for today, I love it, is called Ho Ho, Hold That Thought, Setting Boundaries Holiday Style. And, it's just one of those things, we decided back in October to decorate for the holidays right after Halloween. And we've been doing this for the last few years. We are probably the first people in the neighborhood to decorate. We start by bringing out the tree. We did that this year. We kind of did it in stages over a few days, but we brought out the Christmas tree and decorated the living room so that we could have something really cheery and bright and exciting. And then we also have these, Michael, I don't know if you guys have Costco over there in Brazil, but Denise and I, we went shopping. I shared this story. We went shopping last year, and we bought these huge nutcrackers from Costco. Yeah, it took me a couple of trips to the store to get them home. I had to go to two different stores, but anyway, they flanked the doorway. So we've got the two nutcrackers on either side. I went across the neighbor and said hi to the little neighbor kids. There's twin girls right across the street, and I was borrowing some rosemary off their rosemary bush. I didn't want to just go and like clip it, and think, what is that little neighbor doing over there cutting it? So anyway, I asked them if I could cut a couple of clippings of rosemary for our Thanksgiving charcuterie plate. And while I was there, I was talking with the girls, and I think they're like 8 or 9 years old, and they said, "Oh, you live in the house with the nutcrackers." And come to find out, they collect nutcrackers. They had a display right there at the entryway of all the little nutcrackers, and they were sharing with me their favorites. But yeah, and so Michael, I don't know if they have nutcrackers over there in Brazil, but certainly the Christmas holiday is in full swing and really, really going full at it. So anyway, for those of you that are just joining me, thank you for being a part of our weekly Focus Live. We've been doing this every Friday at 10 o'clock. This is episode 65, and we're just super excited that you've joined us. Feel free to use the comments. And if you're watching this in replay, obviously we have all the replay broadcasts over there in YouTube, but feel free to leave comments and questions, and I try to interact with every comment and question over on YouTube and Facebook, just so that you realize that this isn't just a broadcast that we do. You know, we don't sell advertising, we don't sell products, we don't, you know, that's not what this is all about. This is about finding value to help you navigate and create a life that, you know, maybe you would not have thought about, or maybe there's a tip or something that we can share with you that you go, oh, you know what, I need to do that. And all of a sudden your life is better because you took some of our advice seriously. And so, you know, as we get into kind of our topic today, we'll spend about 10 minutes together kind of talking about it. Again, remember to be really interactive with me as we go through this. But I'll share a couple of things with you at the end, so don't go away quite so quick. But wanted to just really say that with Thanksgiving and with Christmas and really any of the holidays, and I think really any time of the year, we have to be very, very mindful about the requirements and what we feel are the obligations and the tasks that we sign up to do, right? You know, like, hey, can you bring 15 appetizers to a Christmas dinner? Nope, can't do that. I'll bring a couple though. Would you like me to? So again, learning how to say no, but doing it with love, right? So, you know, we don't want to be crabby about it. No, I can't do that. I'm tired of bringing that, you know, those appetizers. I just can't do that anymore. I'm worn out. My back hurts, my knee hurts, you know, whatever. And we get into this negative space really, really quick when we start trying to set some boundaries. And I just want to share with you, you can set boundaries, but do it with love and kindness and grace. And think about it when somebody asks you to do something that you really just don't have the time, the space, the energy, or the passion to do. It is okay for you to say, oh, you know, I would really love to do that, but this year I've got a bunch of other things going on that I've really committed to that I want to accomplish, and I really do not have the time to do that, but I will bring an appetizer or two. Will that be helpful? Right? So I love that. You said no, but in a way that people are going to go, oh yeah, no, I totally get it. I totally understand. But if we let people constantly take advantage of our energy and our time and really suck us dry, by the time we get to the end of the holidays, you know, we've definitely turned into the Grinch. We're not happy. We're wore out. We're tired, and we don't ever want to have another holiday gathering again because it's a lot of work, right? But we talked about last week just having people share the workload. Everybody in the family bringing a dish can really go a long way to making the work of preparing this amazing gathering where we get together and really spend time together. It can make it really joyful. I know that's what we did. Many of you that were on our call last week, that's what you were doing as well. Denise and I brought dessert. Denise made a homemade cheesecake, which was absolutely terrific, honey. Denise is really good at doing that cheesecake. And then, and then we brought a charcuterie platter with meats and cheeses and almonds and cashews and things like that. And so we did that, and it took a little bit of time, but it wasn't overwhelming by any means. Somebody else did the turkey. Somebody else brought potatoes. Somebody else brought sourdough bread. Somebody else did a salad. And it really made light work out of an amazing meal, an amazing time together. The turkey was absolutely fabulous. And it's just really, when you think about it, we make these holidays all about food, don't we? And it's not really about the food, it's about the fellowship, it's about the time. And we were talking last week and really the week before in preparation for this, especially with all that's going on, Michael, here in the United States, about setting some boundaries and understanding that. We just have to be very careful of the things we say. They can be very hurtful. Sometimes when people are saying things to us that could be helpful or hurtful, we tend to overreact or react in a way that only makes it worse. And certainly in the environment that many people are in here in the United States, half the country is on one side of the aisle from a political standpoint, the other half is on the other side of the aisle. And every time you say something, half of the people in the audience are going to get offended. And so we talked about setting some boundaries, and I have to say I'm really, really proud of many of you, and for those of you that were at our Thanksgiving gathering, it was awesome because we do have different viewpoints, but we didn't talk about viewpoints yesterday. We talked about family stories and love and passion. The kids got to play the drums and guitar, and there's a football game going on. We just had some really great conversations about how people were doing. We weren't talking politics at all. We weren't talking religion at all. We weren't talking about controversy at all. It was really, really joyful. And I think that's all about, some of the boundaries that we've set and that people decided to set. And so I just want to say, be very graceful and very gracious around those conversations, around our holiday obligations, and don't get sucked into the drama. If you need to, it's okay to remove yourself. It's okay to say no. It's okay to even not to go to the event that finds you lots of anxiety, although I'm not recommending people withdraw and become hermits and stay at home and never be around other people that have differing opinions than you. I don't think that's healthy, but when we get a chance to be together, we should really put our arms around each other and realize that we are more like each other than we are different. Also, as we were talking about food, setting some really great boundaries around food. And for many of you that I've worked with that may be listening to this both live and in broadcast, I've been advocating, long-term optimal health and well-being for over 18 years. I spent 35 years in the restaurant business. Much of what I did during those 35 years is cause all of you to gain weight and to struggle with diabetes and be unhealthy. And then I found health myself, became a recovering food addict. And for the last 18 years, I've been helping people recover from the abuses of both the restaurant industry, the food industry, and kind of our own mindset of just eating more of the wrong kinds of foods in the wrong kind of way that cause us to be unhealthy. And so setting some really good food boundaries. These are some of the tips that I give my clients, especially during the holidays. Bring a food dish that you can eat that's part of your nutrition plan, okay? And it could be a healthy salad. It could be certainly some lean turkey. I mean, bring things that you can eat that will cause you to be healthy as opposed to unhealthy. Now, we brought cheesecake. Now, that wasn't probably the healthiest dish in the world, but because we live healthy all the time, it's okay once in a while to have a special treat and enjoy life. There's some really amazing food out there and not all that healthy. But you know what? It's not what you do once in a while that matters. It's what you do every day in the small little doses. So I'm just going to jump ahead to some really practical tips here. So here are kind of some health tips that I really advocate that these become part of your daily routine. And for those of you that have done that, I know, Michael, you lost a significant amount of weight. We worked together many years ago. You got healthy and moved to Brazil. And man, life just looks absolutely fabulous for you. And certainly the path of these habits have really served you well. So congratulations. Same thing for you, Ria, and any of our clients that are listening today. So here's a couple of holiday nutrition kind of tips, healthy lifestyle and activities. So first off, eat every 2 to 3 hours a balance of protein and carbohydrates. So it could be a fueling, which is like a little protein bar or a protein shake. It could be an apple with some almonds, a yogurt with some strawberries. Find a way to combine small little portions of protein and carbohydrates. So when you do that every 2 to 3 hours, that balances your blood sugars, it keeps your insulin regulated, and your body can use the energy that you consume as fuel rather than storing it. So it's amazing. Number two is drink plenty of water. Our body is about 70% water. Everything in our body, cellular wise, organs, muscles, tissues, skin, all need water and hydration, and that's why we keep hearing it over and over again: hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. The minimum is 64 ounces a day. If you're drinking around 90 ounces, that's great. A good rule of thumb is about half your body weight in ounces of water to keep your body hydrated overall. We don't recommend that you drink over a gallon and a half of water, because our body doesn't know what to do with all of those fluids, and that can create some other health issues. But certainly, 64 to 90 ounces of water could be easily consumed throughout the course of the day. Also, get a good night's rest, 7 to 8 hours sleep each and every day. I know for some of you that are insomniacs, or you're on the phone late at night, or you get the kids to bed, and this is the only time that you have for you, and so we're up late at night watching TV, reading a book, and all of a sudden we find it's 1 o'clock in the morning. We go to sleep. The alarm goes off at 5:36. We're off to work, and we just don't get enough sleep. Our body needs time to recuperate and rejuvenate, and when we don't do that, we're not healthy. So make sure that you take the time to press the reset button every day by getting 7 to 8 hours sleep. Also, your main meal of the day, we kind of advocate eating 6 times a day. 5 small, little healthy protein, carbohydrate balanced fuelings or meals. But the one main meal that you eat during the day, balance that by making sure that you get the right portions. A smaller plate, half the plate should be fruits and vegetables, a quarter of the plate protein, and another quarter of the plate healthy, lean, or healthy whole grain starches. So whole wheat pasta, some whole grain rice, some whole grain, breads, things like that. And if you're wanting to lose weight, maybe you skip the whole grains for now. Stick only to non-starchy vegetables and lean protein, and keep that a really good balance. Again, smaller plates. Here in the United States, Michael, these plates and platters, when you go out to eat, are like 11, 12, 13 inches. They're just full of slop on a plate, and we eat it. And sometimes it tastes really good because it's covered with butter and sugar and fat and oils, and our taste buds love that, the salts and things like that, and our body just doesn't need that. So the one meal of the day, keep it small, balance your nutrients, and avoid sugars if you can, and avoid flours and starches and things that will cause your body to store that fat. Also, become more physically active, 30 to 45 minutes a day. Go for a walk, do a little yard work, go to the gym, ride a bike, take a hike. That sounded like a rhyme from Dr. Seuss, right? Ride a bike, take a hike, whatever it is you want to do, but get out and move. Some people that can't get out and move, maybe right there in your very own chair, develop some chair yoga or chair exercises. There's things that we can do. I have one of my clients that lost over 50 pounds. She had polio and she was in a wheelchair. She lost 50 pounds in a short period of time, and she got up out of that chair using her braces, and she could actually walk around and begin to drive again and thrive again because she began to eat healthy and feel better. And then make sure that we take time for ourselves. Again, really critical this time of the year. It's really easy as we're, filling up the day with all these activities that we feel like we absolutely need to get done. Make sure that you block out time for yourself, some quiet time to read a book, to listen to some music, to just reflect on things that are important to you. Maybe you spend a few minutes writing down in a journal. That can be very, very powerful. Maybe it's meditation. Maybe it's your spiritual prayer. Whatever it is for you, make sure you take some time for you to fill up your mind and fill up your soul with the things that really you find great value. So take all of these tips. These aren't all just health and nutrition. These are just, good, healthy things to enhance your life. Make sure that you turn these things into daily habits. Keep it super simple and don't overthink it. All right. So that's one of the things that I wanted to share with you. And so, what I like to do on all of our weekly focuses is just to, give you some homework, right? Some things to work on. Because if we don't have an assignment, I find that we just kind of drift. It was great information, Russ. I love your podcast. I can't wait for next week, all that kind of stuff. And then we just go mindlessly throughout the week and nothing changes. And if nothing changes, then guess what? Nothing really changes. It's a profound statement, right? Should be a t-shirt. If nothing changes, nothing changes. So here's the thing I want you to change this week. I want you to set at least one boundary that you can set this week that will do two things. One, it'll protect your energy. In other words, maybe that's going to sleep a little early. So I love some of those tips. And it loves that will protect your energy and well-being. Now, a lot of times when I've seen quotes like this, they talk about protect your energy and your health. And I love the word well-being because it encompasses everything in life, right? So if we just talk about health and fitness, that's very narrow. We talk about well-being, it's talking about both your mind, your body, your soul, the things that really, get you into thriving in life. And so I love this protect your energy. Find one boundary that you can set that will protect both your energy and your overall well-being. And what's important to you are the things that you find most value in. So sometimes that's family, sometimes that's career, sometimes that's time for yourself, things like that. But certainly during this holiday season, take a little time to reflect what's really important to you, and take the time to do the things that you find joy, and don't really get caught up in all the things that are going on. I right here on my desk, I've got an advertisement, right? This is Ace Hardware. So there's some good stuff at Ace Hardware. I'm not advocating that you go out and spend money at Ace Hardware, but I'm wanting you to think about going into the holiday season, especially today being Black Friday, and everybody's got their sale and their deal. Including us. We have a deal going on to help people get started on our meal plan and go down this journey with us. So, we've got that going. But the reality is there are things that we absolutely don't need to buy. And just because it's 50% off and it's a really great deal doesn't mean that you need to go buy it. Okay? Just think about that. And I've been looking at some of these things. There's some things that I wouldn't mind having, but I'm going, I don't need that. I already have, so I do not need that. Yeah, that's a really cool thing and a really neat gadget, but I got plenty of neat gadgets. I don't need any more. And so think about the amount of money that most people are spending over the holidays. And it doesn't mean you don't treat yourself on something that, really you've been wanting to do and you've been saving up to do, and it makes good financial decision for you. But don't go crazy on the credit cards and go spend a bunch of money that you don't have, and go spend a bunch of money on things that you really don't need, that are going to end up in a closet or a garage sale in a year or two. Okay? So there's my pitch. Just because Amazon has this really incredible deal, or you're going down to Costco or Walmart and they got TVs for $100, this big mega screen TV for $100. You don't need one. We already have 5 TVs, so in different rooms, right? So you just be really mindful of the fact that this is the time of the year where there's a lot of traps and a lot of pitfalls that can really take you down. Because what's going to happen is come January and February, when those credit cards become due, sometimes it can be a really insurmountable thing to climb out of. And then we fall into depression, we struggle financially, which rolls into our health, and we start eating poorly. And next thing you know, we've gone down a rabbit hole. So my whole weekly focus is to really help us focus on the things that matter most to us, and make sure that you spend your time and energy around the things that you find joy and that you find great value in. So a couple of things I wanted to remind you of. We have a free habit assessment available to you. You can go to habits.yourweeklyfocus.com, download, just go online, fill out the habit assessment. It talks about health, nutrition, mindset, finances. It talks about really the things that we find that if we create really great habits, we live a great life. If we have poor habits, we live a poor life. And so I would just encourage you to be mindful. Go through and take the habit assessment. It can be very helpful in helping you identify some things that you need to work on. So there's a score at the end of it, and it kind of talks about what you can do next to improve on that score in every aspect of life. Also, we started a couple of weeks ago your weekly focus podcast newsletter. Feel free to grab your phone, scan the QR code, or go to newsletter.yourweeklyfocus.com and then sign up to receive our weekly Your Weekly Focus newsletter. We're super excited about that. And if you have not done so already, make sure you run over to YouTube and subscribe so that you get notification anytime we go live. And anytime we've got things going on that we're going to, that's the reason for the newsletter, is so that we can send you emails of some things that we really find that people are finding great value in. So anyway, with that, hopefully you guys just enjoyed our time together. And remember, all of these broadcasts for, every Friday at 10 o'clock. Make sure you plan to come and join us. 65 episodes now, with today being number 65. Will all be over in the YouTube channel for you to listen to. And many people are listening to the podcast, maybe going back and listening to a couple of episodes. They're all about 25 to 30 minutes long. I think we're at 28 minutes. By the time we get done, we're going to be at 30 minutes. So, but it's a great way to focus on the things that matter most to you and focus on the things that improve your life. And I share this kind of at the end of just about every broadcast. And that is that you want to really organize your life around the things that matter most to you. We spend far too much time doing things that don't enhance and improve our life or the lives of other people. So anyway, with that, you guys go out and have an amazing week. We're going to come back next Friday, and we're going to continue this 7-week series to help you navigate the holidays. Hopefully, we've given you some great tips on how to be healthy, how to watch your finances, how to do the things that you find joy in. Make sure you protect your time. Make sure you learn how to say no in a graceful way so that you don't get caught up in somebody else's drama, right? We'll talk a little bit more about that next week. So with that, you guys go out and have an amazing week. I can't wait to see you all next week right here on the Weekly Focus, 10 o'clock every Friday. We'll see you next week.